Welcome to Culture Talk with Auntie Flo. This is a discussion on our African culture. We're talking about our identity, our customs, our values, our cultural diversity, and our heritage. The way we do things as an African people. Remember, you are an African. Welcome to Culture Talk with Auntie Flo. We're talking about our culture, our traditions, our norms, our values, our cultural diversity, and our heritage. Remember, you are an African. In the studio today, I've got Reverend Damasani. A warm welcome to Culture Talk with Auntie Flo.
Thank you. Very good evening, and thank you for having me here.
And on my left, we've got Dr. Doc. Welcome back. Culture Talk with Auntie Flo.
Thank you very much, Auntie Flo. Let me also say thank you, Zimbabwe. Thank you, all the viewers, for having me again.
We're delighted to have the gentleman in the studio today because we've got a very hot subject that we want to talk about today, about the Bible. Christianity. Kuti vanhu kune Bible here tinonama chatiita sei kunamata kwakabva kupi ndotanga nemi Reverend.
Allow me to take you a little bit back and kind of disabuse your minds about the Bible first. Is that let's understand what religion is all about, what the faith is all about. The faith is basically about, maybe I would say, three things. Firstly, it is the word. For any faith, it doesn't matter where you are, the centrality of that faith is the word. In other words, you're communicating to that person or that entity or that deity that you believe is the connection with the greater, and use the word. Then there is the ritual. Every religious practice has what you would call a ritual. There's an activity around that. Now, you then have the person. There is no religion without the person, because the human being is the initiator or the interlocutor, the person that actually practices that ritual. So for us to run to the Bible could be a slight misnomer. The Bible is what we have now, but what is it? It is the Word. That's why even in the Bible, and all the people that believe it would tell you that the greatest thing is the Word. From immemorial, from the beginning of the Bible, it says, and God said. In other words, it's the Word. And when you look at the Word, how is that Word then taken from one generation to the other, from one group of people to the other? It can be taken through a lot of practice. For a long time, it was taken through practice without anything written in terms of paper and black and white, as they would call it. So what we have today as the Bible is a migration of the word through a lot of time and through a lot of culture and through a lot of peoples.
So we're talking about religion, we're talking about culture, we're talking about the Bible. And that is from the point of view of Christianity. The basis for all that is
Norondo ye Bible. Ine dates anozikamwa mu history. Ndoda kutenda kuti vakuru vatanga kutaura vachiti Bible rakazovapo vanhu vagara vaine magariro avo netsika dzavo. There is no one who can dispute right now that the first civilization in the world was the African civilization. Tukutaura makore akawanda, thousands of years. Vanhu vatema vari munzvimbo yavo yatinoziva nhasi tichiti Egypt and Ethiopia. nenzvimbo dzakapoteredza ndo vakatanga kudevelopa maideas ekuti vanorelata sei with one another and vanorelata sei nevakafa and specifically vanorelata sei naMwari watiri kuti Mwari nhasi, the concept of God. Makaenda kuEgypt nhasi muchaona kune pyramids. These are some of the 7 wonders of the world, pyramids. Zvinhu zvakasikwa navanhu vatema vachida kurelata directly life yavari kurarama nelife of the after death or after life. Mapyramids akadesignwa neunyanzvi hwakanyanyisisa neaccuracy iri astronomical, because munhu vakanga vachikonzita sekuti Mwari winds the sun god kana kuti Ra. Research yakabudisa izvozvo. Madzimambo avo aifa maemperors. Vamwe vaitinovaziva vachinzi mapharaohs mubhaibheri ratiri kuverenga iko zvino. Vaitwa mummify, kureva kuti vaiomesewa vachichengetedzwa munzvimbo dziri mumapyramids. Iyi evidence iriko nhasi. We are not talking about secondary evidence, we are talking about primary evidence. It's there.
That's the residue of what is there.
Exactly, it's there. If you want to go and see my mummies, because vanhu vakasasikiwa vakachengetedzwa zvineunyanzvi, you will still find my kings ekuEgypt arimo neorder yavo. Uri mucherechedzo kuti they recognized life after death. So bhaibheri ratiri kuzoona nhasi iri, ndoda kuti vanhu vazhinji vazive kuti riri made up of several sections. Kuna ratinoti the Torah or the Pentateuch, kureva the first 5 books supposedly written or authored by Moses. Mabhuku okutanga Genesis, Exodus, and so on and so forth, nemabhuku emutemo and so on and so forth. Saka ndoda kuti nditsanangurire vanhu kuti bhaibheri iro risati raitwa codified in the very, I'm happy he used the term migration, kureva kuti it has gone through several transmutations across generations, across history. In other words, it's no longer the exact original primary source. So what was the original primary source? My Egyptians are talking about Katanga civilization. The 42 principles of Mahat. And it is believed, research has proved now, but when we talk about the first 10 commandments that we find in Exodus 20, my 10 commandments akatorwa kubva from the 42 principles of Mahat. Ndawe ane evidence yacho. My 42 principles dzanga dziri tsika dzokugadzira morality. Praying kunamata was part and parcel of morality kita zvakanaka.
Handiti tombokubata muromo ipapo timbodzokera kuna reverend.
And Flo, I think this is exactly where my challenge is. If you want to discuss the Bible itself, you will have a problem because there are quite a number of views, as he rightfully says. And I respectfully subscribe to his views and accept that it's a very plausible, academic, and very, very theoretically founded view about the origin of Scripture. But I want us to go back to what I said. It would be wrong for you to just simply measure Christianity and use the Bible and say, this is it. You will actually falter. I think the most important thing, that's why I began by saying, it is the Word. And the essence of migration is in the sense that Christianity itself, as a faith and as a form of relationship with God, has migrated over a long time. It's true, it began in Africa. That's why even the Bible itself expresses a lot more of African thought, an African worldview, an African phenomenology of religion, to use a term that you would understand better. And it uses a lot of it in the African sense. An example is when you find the first occurrence of the word tithe. It's not necessarily Judaic or 10th. It is older than the Bible as it was written, because that's what people did at that time, and that's what they gave to the respect in terms of money and material. These are things that are in the Word. That's what it's all about. It's about the Word.
We need to start from the Word. We take a short break. Very interesting discussion.